Okay, Cancer, listen up, because this is not just any other full moon, all right? This is a total lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces, and it's about to shake the very foundation of your soul, Cancer, okay? I'm talking faded endings, powerful awakenings, emotional breakthroughs. All of that is on the horizon, y'all, okay? And since we are ruled by the moon, you already know we're going to be the first to feel it, okay? You're probably already feeling this energy. But the question is, Cancer, are you ready for your destiny to shift right under your feet? All right. I need you to get ready if you're not, okay? So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, my loves. I'm Bridget, and this is the Cancerian Vibe, your one-stop shop for astrology, tarot, and intuitive insights, you guys, made just specifically for my Cancerian fam. So if you have any Cancer placements, if you're new here, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, because nobody delivers the moon tea like I do, okay? And I'm a Cancer, like us Cancers, you know, we relate, right? So trust me, you guys, you don't want to miss what's coming. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it, because, you know, I'm going to give you the tea on the astrology, all right? On September the 7th, y'all, we're going to be experiencing a total lunar eclipse at 15 degrees in the sign of Pisces, okay? Let me give you a little insight. Eclipses are cosmic course correctors, babe, okay? They speed up fate. They speed up them closing them chapters and opening doors. And whether you are ready or not, honey, an eclipse is not to be played with, okay? Pisces, y'all, this is in the sign of Pisces. Pisces energy dissolves what is no longer meant for us. So I'm talking illusions, old patterns, relationships that have expired, okay? Even some dreams that just don't align with who you're becoming now, Cancer. So for us, y'all, this eclipse is going to feel like a tidal wave. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's gonna feel like a tidal wave, just washing through all of your belief systems, washing through your faith, washing through your spiritual compass, you know. And the bigger picture really is like where your life is headed now, Cancer, okay? Because this is a total eclipse, y'all. The changes will not be subtle, okay? I'm coming to you with a warning, a very subtle warning from me, but eclipses don't move like that, okay? So just beware. I'm just telling you, be ye aware. They're gonna feel very much divine. They're gonna feel like divine intervention, really, okay? So expect sudden clarity, expect emotional breakthroughs, and just really kind of expect the sense that spirit is putting you back on your destined path, okay? So and then let's not forget too, Jupiter is trying the node. So this, y'all, this happens just days before the eclipse. Jupiter, of course, is in our sign. So this is really expanding our fate lines, okay? This is not just about change, Cancer. This is not just about transformation. This is about destined expansion, okay? And listen, y'all, I'm telling you, this eclipse season is just so major that I'm going to be breaking down all of the signs over on my other channel, The Spiritual Connection. That's where I'm going to dive into how this eclipse affects each rising sign in detail and what strategies you can use to handle this energy, okay? I'm going to link it in the eye or down in the pinned comment section so you can get your full meal after you get this general reading specifically for the Cancer placements, okay? So, while you're down in the comments, you know, of course, while you're down there looking for that link, share your big three with me, your sun, moon, and rising if you know it. Definitely don't forget to grab there's a link down there if you want a reading from me, a one-on-one session. You can apply for a class, an ebook. All of that stuff is down in the description box, you guys, and it's going to be in my pinned comment. That is where you can work with me one-on-one to like really dive deep if you want to, all of that good stuff. Leave me some good energy on my thumbs up button while you're at it down there. I would really, really appreciate it. I appreciate you all so much for showing love and support. But that really, you tapping the thumbs up button, you know, just 2 seconds of your life. It's real free. It really, 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 really supports me in ways that y'all don't even realize. And I'm not even just talking about just pushing me out to more Cancers, which is always the goal, but definitely it helps keep me motivated. You know, sometimes this life can get hard. I'm just playing. But anyway, y'all, let's get into it. You know, because this is a full moon. It's not just any other full moon, okay? But because it's a full moon, I'm going to ask what we need to surrender. And especially since it's a total lunar eclipse, there's something that spirit is making us let go. So let's see where we need to focus on surrendering for this total eclipse. Okay, you guys, let's see. Where do Cancer placements need to surrender, spirit, or release under this Pisces total lunar eclipse? So surrender to silence, Cancer. Interesting. Surrender to silence is popping out. And I feel like, you know, so the card says, in quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within you. Silence can heal and replenish you, right? And I feel like with this surrender to silence showing up, especially with this being in the month of September, you guys, things could feel silent, right? And I feel like this surrender to silence really just kind of sets the tone beautifully for this eclipse, you guys, because spirit is saying that what we need to surrender under this Pisces eclipse is the noise. Okay, we had surrender to defensiveness here at the bottom of the deck, so you're gonna have to surrender to the noise and just surrender to being defensive, right? That the card came out. The card that came out, though, is surrender to silence. And this is about kind of just stepping back from that chaos, right? Letting your stillness speak louder than any outside opinion, whatever. You know what I mean? Eclipses are already very emotional, Cancer. They are very... and then they're just really emotional, okay? And with Pisces energy, it can feel extra overwhelming, okay? Pisces is a fellow water sign. But spirit, I feel like, is asking us to kind of retreat and meditate and just find your strength in silence, finding your inner peace. And this tells me, you know, with this surrender, the defensiveness, this tells me that part of the eclipse, y'all, is going to be helping us release the need to constantly protect or explain ourselves. You know what I mean? The truth is going to reveal itself in silence. It's giving, you know, you ain't got to say nothing. Let your work speak. Let whatever. You don't have to defend, okay? Let your silence defend, right? But the truth will reveal itself in the silence. I'm sure of that with this eclipse season. And this eclipse is dissolving that need to kind of fight back. Spirit says just look, trust, breathe, and just let things unfold the way that they need to unfold, okay? Because, you know, defensiveness is kind of a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered. That's what spirit is asking you to do in September. Stay centered, stay grounded. You can hear someone out and then offer a clear, non-defensive response, or silence. No response is a response, okay? And people will get it. People will get it. So that's tea right there. Spirit is saying surrender to the silence. Surrender to the time where it's feeling like there's nothing going on. Or if there's so much going on, the chaos, you know, surrender and find your inner peace, your inner place of peace and silence. Look at here, we got transformation showing up at the bottom of the deck, y'all. So again, I'm telling you, this eclipse is not asking you to change, it's making you change, and the change is faded. All right, but let's ask what faded change the eclipse is activating for us. Spirit, what faded change is this eclipse activating? All right, so look, we got reach for the moon, this energy of go for it. I love that take a breath is here too. It's just aligning with that silence energy. Breath work will definitely be beneficial to you during this transit, Cancer. But we got reach for the moon, go for it, right? And Cancer, the faded change that spirit is activating under this eclipse is expansion, okay? Especially with Jupiter being in our sign, this is expansion beyond your comfort zone, okay? It's giving, you know how they say reach for the stars, reach for the moon, Cancer. One, because you're a moon child, all right? But I feel like this is spirit saying, look, you've been playing small. You've been doubting yourself. You've been second-guessing yourself, Cancer. You've been second-guessing whether you're ready, whatever. This eclipse is going to remove those blocks, all right? And the fact that go for it is so loud, it's really just the confirmation of the opportunities and the dreams or the callings that you have been hesitating on. that are very much meant to be pursued, Cancer. So this eclipse is really aligning you with something, just I feel like that's much bigger than you, okay? Much bigger than you, much bigger than that, than you've been allowing yourself to kind of imagine for yourself. And then here at the bottom of the deck, right, with the moonstruck, take a break. I feel like this is a reminder to, even though the shift is faded, it's exciting, you know, it's intense, right? Spirit says, don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let the overwhelm steal the magic of this moment. You know what I mean? Just, yes, go for it, right? But still take your time, right? Stay grounded in this. That's how your destiny is going to unfold. And I feel like, you know, definitely this energy of just going for it, especially with these two cards, it's like two boats. So I feel like you're in a place where it's like, I'm choosing my path. I'm choosing this way or that way. And Spirit is saying, just go for it. Like Nike, just do it. That's the vibe it's giving. Do I want to read the additional message? Let's see. Let's just see what the additional message, and it's on page 110. You know, 10 being an ending, reducing to 1, which is a new beginning, you guys. And it's right after changes, right? So the additional message here, it says, if you're hoping that the cards would confirm that you can get what you want, then you're in luck, Cancer. This card comes with the message to go for it. So in other words, it's all there for you to win. If you've been doubting yourself or questioning your ability to achieve a goal or to make something work, this card reminds you that you're magical and amazing and you should rise to the challenge, okay? Don't let the challenge overtake you or overwhelm you. Go forward with the positive expectation that everything can work out exactly as you like it. That's what I had said in one of my shorts, you know, the other day, where I'm just picking up on the energy of us feeling blocked and feeling like we can't move forward, Cancer. Expect the positive, expect that something positive can work out exactly as you like it to, okay? The road ahead might stretch you a little, and it's meant to. You're meant to expand right now. You may have to call on resources that you didn't know, that you didn't even know that you had, okay? That definitely showed up in my money and career reading for September. If you're trying to grow your bank account, you need to be watching that reading, because Spirit dropped some gems. If I can remember, I'll drop it here in the eye, but definitely go back to the channel and catch that if you didn't, okay? Because yeah, so it says, so try not to become upset or even resentful if things don't just unfold exactly in the way that you want. That's why, you know, surrender to silence. Don't get all mad. And I feel like too, I just got that too, surrender to silence, because I had told y'all too, Spirit had told me to tell y'all in the short, watch what you're saying about your future. Okay, when those words come out your mouth, they are real. Your words are a spell, and your mind is going to make you a truth teller, make you a a believer. So watch the things that you're saying. If you don't have anything right to say, silence. Silence is your friend, okay? It says there's a reason why it's all developing the way that it is, and part of the reason could well be because it's helping you grow as a person, possibly on a spiritual level. Y'all, this is one-on-one. This is definitely what Spirit has been saying in the readings, y'all, okay? One thing's for certain, though, you definitely need to go for it. This is the time to go for it, Cancer. This is not the time to give up. This is the time for you to aim higher, shoot bigger, because success is within your grasp at this point. And I feel like the challenges that you're facing, the roadblocks, they're only just making you better. They're making your they're like, think of it as like character building, okay? It's the boot camp of that, right? And I feel like Spirit is really wanting to work on your belief that makes, you know, the impossible to you seem possible. Like, you're really going to have to work on that, okay? So, you know how people will say, like, the sky's the limit? That's what I'm feeling in this energy. But for us moon lovers, we know that it's easy to aim even higher, okay? Go for the moon, shoot for the stars, go for it, Cancer. Go for it. That's what I'm hearing. Go for it. Let's pull some more cards. I think I'm gonna switch to the tarot and see. I'm gonna ask what cycles are dissolving under this eclipse. That's too many cards. But I love that the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles wanted to come out here, because I do feel like, and then the Nine of Pentacles, I do feel like, you know, slow and steady. Things are, you know, it's a very steady thing. It's not a quick fix. It's not a sprint. It's a very much a marathon. Where you're feeling stuck, that Eight of Swords energy, where I was saying you're blocked or whatever, these are perceived blockages, right? These are perceived blockages. And especially it could be showing up around your finances or your family or both in general, Cancer. So just keeping that in mind. But I feel like definitely those illusions, just like I saw in that Eight of Swords. Look, the Ten of Pentacles is showing up here again. But just like I saw in the Eight of Swords, that's the illusion. The illusions of blockages are being dissolved and released, especially around your finances, your security, because the Ten of Pentacles is really about your financial security, your family security. You know what I mean? But let's see. Let's get one card. What illusions or cycles are being dissolved? All right, that had to come out. So look, the Seven of Pentacles wanted to show up. The Eight of Pentacles is here at the bottom of the deck. And I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles showing up, you're going to, the illusion that your stuff is not growing, it's not working. You know, it's like, look at this man. I don't know if y'all can tell in his face, but he's feeling like, I mean, he's looking at his crop like, okay, like, where's the rest of it? I did everything right. I tended the soil. I put the fertilizer down. Like, what's up? It's not my Johnny Magic Beanstalk yet. Like, what is going on? And that's probably how you feel with Spirit. Like, look, Spirit, I've been doing everything I can. I've been doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and it just does not seem to be working, right? And I definitely feel like with the Eight of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, it's just confirmation that, Cancer, you have been putting in the work. You have. I'm not denying that. Spirit's not denying it. You have been dedicated. You have been putting in the work. Now, if you haven't, you know who you are. But energetically, this is confirmation that, Cancer, you have been putting in the work. But the illusion that's dissolving here is the belief that you have to wait forever to see the fruits of your labor. That's not true. It's not true. The Seven of Pentacles shows us that pausing, second guessing, wondering if your seeds that you planted will ever grow. Like, this eclipse is going to break all that up. The cycle of just endless waiting and questioning. Spirit is saying the work that you have done is enough, okay? The work that you have been putting in is enough, and it's time for you to start seeing the results, see the fruits of your labor. With the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom, like I said, it just really reinforces your dedication and consistency. And no, please know, Cancer, your efforts have not been in vain. They have not. They have not gone unnoticed. They have not been in vain. But the illusion ending is that the hard work only leads to more hard work, and that's not true either, okay? I feel like this eclipse is really going to shift you into a season where you're going to actually get to sit and harvest what you've been working for, right? You're no longer in this cycle of just planting without payoff. Spirit is dissolving those delays and blockages, right? So you're going to be able to kind of sit back and reap the rewards of the work that you put in. It did not go unnoticed, okay? It did not go unnoticed. Let's pull some more insight. What new path is opening up for Cancer? What new path or vision is Spirit opening up for Cancer under this eclipse, Spirit? So we got the Page of Cups showing up. Ooh, with the Tower here at the bottom of the deck. So I've told you this is not just one of them ones, okay? This is one of them ones, right? With the Tower showing up, the Page of Pentacles coming out. The Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, y'all, excuse me, the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups, y'all, excuse me, okay? But I feel like really this combination, it's a really powerful combination, especially showing up with this Tower. But this new path that Spirit is opening up for us under this eclipse is one of like really new, fresh, emotional beginnings, right? I feel like, you know, and this is Pisces energy as well. Well, it's water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But Pisces energy, water energy in general, I just feel like this is a new beginning. Creativity could definitely spark with this energy. Intuitive downloads, you can very much expect that. I feel like the Page of Cups really just says that it's really time to reconnect to your inner dreamer, okay? The part of you that imagines new love, new possibilities, new forms of like self-expression, right? Spirit is planting seeds of inspiration, okay? Pay attention to synchronicities and divine messages that you're, divine downloads that you're receiving, because I feel like they're going to open up new emotional doors, and emotional doors lead to fulfillment, right? But here's the kicker, because yeah, at the bottom of the deck, the Tower showed up. So y'all, this tells me that these new beginnings do not come in just soft and gentle. It's not like a little present that you can get and you can just unwrap it all nice and neat. No, this stuff is coming in with a bang. All right. Spirit is clearing space and doing so dramatically. Like, this is gonna be dramatic, y'all. I'm just preparing you for it. I'm gonna give you the real raw truth over here, okay? It's gonna be dramatic. It's gonna shake up old foundations, okay? Dismantle anything that's been on shaky ground, all right? And this could even be in a partnership, because there's two people here in this Tower. But what collapses now, what falls excuse me, ooh, that's my partner that didn't want me to tell you that, but okay, but what collapses now, Cancer, I feel like it's just going to make room for what your heart truly desires, okay? So that's why you got to be happy about this and not sad about it, because it's giving you what you really want, okay? This eclipse is going to redirect your vision through very sudden change, okay? Very sudden change. So the new might kind of look very unexpected, okay? Very unexpected, but trust and believe, it is very much divinely orchestrated, okay? The Tower showing up. You know, it's interesting, but it's all fated. It's all destined, Cancer. So just roll with it, okay? Let's see. I'm gonna pull from this deck, and I'm gonna ask one last question. I'm gonna ask how we can best align with and navigate this eclipse energy. How can Cancer best align with and navigate this eclipse energy? So look, literally step out of your comfort zone. This eclipse has a transit with this North Node. It makes sense. Spirit is telling you to step out of your comfort zone. Your North Node has everything to do with your destiny, y'all. This is destiny that we're dealing with, okay? And look, the end of a tough cycle is approaches. So this tough cycle that we've been in, where you've been feeling blocked, you've been feeling like, you know, I've been waiting. I'm not seeing any results. I only feel like bad things are happening, whatever, what have you. Spirit is saying that's coming to an end, okay? But we got step out of your comfort zone. I love that the North Node energy showed up, because this ties in perfectly astrologically to what's happening, Cancer, okay? But so the way to navigate this eclipse, Cancer, is to stop clinging to the familiar, okay? The North Node is literally, like I said, about destiny. It's about fate. It's about your soul's expansion and growth, okay? So I feel like Spirit is saying that this eclipse is pushing you into uncharted waters, all right? And the best thing that you can do as you're being pushed into these uncharted waters is just to lean in and go with it, okay? Do not shrink. Do not retreat into your shell, Cancer. I know we can do that sometimes, you know, when there's a lot going on, we just, all right, I'm going to go in my shell and I'm going to let y'all handle that. No, but this is a time to stay out, to step out, Cancer. Step out of your comfort zone, because that's where the magic lies, right? And then this full moon in Capricorn energy at the bottom, I feel like Spirit is just confirming that the toughest part of the journey is behind you. So you might as well keep going. Don't turn around and go back, because it's only tougher back that way. But if you keep going, you know how they say, like, driving through a storm, they tell you not to stop, because it's like you're just sitting in the storm, right? But if you keep driving, you keep going forward, you're eventually going to drive out of it. That's what this is, Cancer. That's confirmation that you're coming out of this. That grind, that weight, okay? That mountain that you feel like you've been climbing and you just can't make any headway, it's closing up, okay? It's reaching a completion. And I feel like this eclipse is really ending the hardest cycle, so that you can really rise into your true destined path, right? So it's not about just surviving, just trying to survive anymore, Cancer. It's really about thriving, okay? So Spirit says to walk boldly into the unknown. That is where your blessing lies. That is where your blessing lives. So you're going to have to do stuff that you ain't never done before. You're going to have to go places that you ain't never been before. You're going to have to work with people that you ain't never worked worked with before. But that's where the miracle lies. That's where your blessing lies, Cancer. I definitely feel like, you know, Spirit is saying it's time. Okay, it's time to get up and step out of your comfort zone, right? And I feel like, you know, stop fearing the worst. Stop fearing that the worst is gonna happen. Okay, you're gonna have to find that balance between your personal and your private life during this time too, Cancer. So just be mindful. And some of you, oh, I just heard this before I get to the additional message. Spirit is saying some of y'all have been hard-headed, okay? And acknowledge if you've been overly hard-headed, or, you know, because you're not stepping out and doing what Spirit is putting on your heart, putting in your intuition to do, okay? But I do feel like there's something that's coming to a completion, some type of project, and Spirit is calling you. It's like, all right, you did that. That's level 1. Let's take it up a notch, okay? But yeah, let's see what the additional message for this North Node, because when I say that ties in perfectly with the astrology, y'all, like I couldn't have pulled a better card, right? But so, and y'all, and that's so crazy. It's the last card. It's the last message and card in the book. So it's a finisher. It's an ender. It's a closer, outer. What a way to close, okay? But it says there's a strong feeling that when you get this card, that it's time to leave the past behind somehow, okay? Because you're headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the thing that scares you, okay? But do it within reason, okay? Do it within reason. I'm just saying. This card is all about living your life purpose, Cancer, which is possibly what you've asked about. It's urging you to dare you to do something different with your life and your direction, to take action, right? So are you willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live? Like, there's a reason why you're here. Do you want to live that life? I'm sure you do. If you finally find the courage to make the leap, Cancer, there's a good chance that you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? Why didn't I do this sooner? What was wrong with me? You're going to realize, you're going to be like, yeah, okay, I'm tripping, okay? I need you to know, if you don't hear anything else, if you didn't get nothing else from this reading, Cancer, you are headed in the right direction, okay? You see how both of these people are kind of looking back to, it's like, look the other way. Go forward, okay? There's some type of fear that you have that you need to face and get over, Cancer. But I know without a shadow of a doubt, whatever you're headed to is your destiny, okay? It is when your soul, when your soul spirit brought your soul to this world, like there was a reason, a rhyme and a reason, a mission, and you're stepping into that now, okay? It's time to stop obsessing about somebody or something or whatever from in the past. It's time to let that go, stand on your own 2 feet, and know that you got this, Cancer, okay? Another message here says the North Node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going north. So it's a karmic point, and on the horoscope chart shows us what we need to do and where we need to go with our life to find satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness. If you know where your North Node is in your chart, or what sign it's in, what house and sign it's in, put it down in the comment section, Cancer. And I'll give you more insight if you're wanting to know about what you need to do. We're going to have a whole nother video on that, because yeah, the North Node is like really important, okay? But the North Node is a karmic astrological point that reminds us, to paraphrase, it says Andre Guide, that in order to discover new oceans, we have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore, right? So, and that goes perfectly with the card that came out in my money and career reading, Cancer, to the sea. Spirit is saying, all right, stop clinging on that shore. Stop watching everybody else have fun in the water. You know what I mean? Get in that water and have some fun. Get in that water and go. Let it take you, because water moves. Let it take you to that private island that I'm talking about. Okay, Cancer? I'm telling you. This eclipse, though, Cancer, y'all, is no joke. None. It's not a joking matter, all right? It's bringing those endings that were written in the stars, but it's also bringing those beginnings that you would not even be able to imagine yet. I swear your mind probably can't even fathom it yet, Cancer, but this is great for us, okay? Remember that what leaves you now is only clearing way for something that's faded and more aligned with your destiny. So let it go. Please let it go, okay? If this reading spoke to you, Cancer, let me know in the comments, all right? Of course, share your big 3. so that I know how this eclipse is hitting you personally. Share your North Node if you know that information. If you want to dive into your chart, your birth chart, you want to know what's going on, check out my stand link. I do a session where I go all into the blueprint of you by your birth chart, y'all. I'm telling you, hopefully y'all are using your birth chart to live, to work, to make money, to love, to all of the secrets in your birth chart. But that's another story for another day. I'm just saying. Okay. You guys also to make sure that you check out my detailed breakdown on the Spiritual Connection channel. I'm definitely going to try to do that because like I said, I want you to put your big 3 down here, but I want to go into depth about this eclipse season because it's serious, y'all. It's going to be linked down in the pinned comment. I'll put it in the community section. I'll make sure that you get it. And if you can't find it, just ask me. I'll link you to it. Okay. That's where I'm going to give you all the strategies, the insights for your full chart, not just this Cancer placement, okay? But, of course, you guys, I would appreciate it. Don't forget to like, leave me a little residue of your good energy on my thumbs up button. Share this with a fellow Cancer and subscribe if you have not already. Subscribe if you're ready to move into your next chapter because that's where Cancer is on a ship going to our next chapter. Get on if you're here for it. If not, you're going to have to get off, okay? But anyway, remember, if you're feeling called to get personal guidance, this is the time to be trusting yourself. Click the link in the description box. Book a reading with me, a one-on-one session, whatever. Let's navigate this fate together, Cancer. I'm here for you, boo. Okay? But yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. In the meantime, in between time, until next time, I love you.